So yesterday we were speaking about the potential for an ascending triangle to form on Bitcoin, which could potentially break price out above that $100,000 mark. That would be sometime during the course of Thursday, so tomorrow or Friday. So we'll keep an eye out on that. We'll update you on that as well. And we're going to have a look at the altcoin sector and specifically one new blue chip meme coin that I'm going to be adding to the collection. You guys know it. We've called a lot of the memes very, very early. So smash the like button, hit the bell notification, and subscribe to the channel because while the rest of the market sleeps on the memes and is heavily focused on these old school dinosaur coins, the legacy market coins, we know there's going to be an eventual sell-off from these dino coins like EOS, NEO, XRP, etc. And that's going to immediately rotate back into the quality, back into some of the meme coins as well. And that's where you're going to experience the most upside potential. So smash the like button, hit the bell notification. We'll get straight into the content. Everything is looking good over here on the daily time frame. And we actually identified Tron as one of the dark horses that you don't want to deny because the chart has been nothing but up, right, for the entire year, right? That's pretty much the yearly open over there. And you can see over the last year, this chart's been incredibly powerful from Tron. Whether you love Justin Sun or not, it is what it is, right? So congratulations to anyone that took those trades over there. And we'll have a look at as well the fear and greed, which you can see has now dropped below 80. We're now entering into that 70s region once again. And that's due to a couple of fearful factors that have come out within the market. We'll touch on that as well briefly, but just to show you using the heat maps, going back onto 70 to 80, that's what it looks like over there. Still greed, right? Still greed. And we want to actually hold within this environment. This is actually relatively healthy because this leads to those parabolic advancements, right? Don't be surprised how long the market can so-called remain irrational, staying in these periods of very extreme greed. It can stay there for a long period of time. Now, why was there a sudden dip? Well, a lot of people are calling for a sell-off. A lot of people want the markets to go down. Many people have missed the opportunity to ride the parabolic advancement, which, by the way, has only just started when it comes to both crypto and the stock markets. They at all-time highs for the most part, but we haven't actually reached that real insanity phase just yet. So a lot of people want to get in before that insanity phase, and oftentimes they get left behind. So you start to see tweets like this making the rounds, right? 2 United States Navy destroyers attacked in the Red Sea, a developing story, right? And then you look over here, we also had South Korea, of course, taking out martial law and absolute chaos over there within South Korea. And basically, when you see the markets do this in reaction to those kind of events, basically new all-time highs all over again, this is showing you what the market's appetite is, right? The market's appetite is there for risk, and the market wants to go higher. The market, if no news event like that breaks the market down or even creates a high low, that shows you at the very start of a parabolic advancement, everything is about to rip. You have, of course, the S&P 500 over here on the top left, all-time high closes, NASDAQ top right, all-time high closes, never been higher ever before. We have Dow Jones yesterday with a new all-time high close. Never, ever has the Dow Jones closed that high before. And we know that Bitcoin pretty much at all-time highs, right? What are we, like 4% away from all-time highs at that 100K mark. Yet the sentiment is shifting, right? The sentiment is shifting back towards a lot of people getting bearish, right? So going from that extreme greed of 90 to 100 down to 70 to 80. And that's simply because people don't have patience. So if you do want to trade these markets, by the way, there is an opportunity over here with Prime XBT. I'm currently in this Dow Jones long trade. We took the trade all the way down here on this wick that occurred. You can see over there, and basically still holding this position. That was when we we're going to fill that fair value gap. Remember, on a Prime XBT, this is a platform where you can trade a whole bunch of different things: crypto, stocks, commodities, forex pairs, the whole bank shoot, all the suites of trading are listed over there. You can claim yourself a 20% sign-up deposit bonus. So if you deposit $2,000, you'll get yourself $400 bonus over there. $10,000 deposit will qualify you for $2,000 bonus. There's a link in the description below that will give you that qualification. Or you can opt for the 25% discount on trading commissions going forward. So for those of you that want to trade the traditional markets as they break out things like gold, S&P 500, Dow Jones, or any of the forex pairs, that is the place to do it. Plus crypto, right? Plus crypto. You have crypto in here as well. Go and have a look at that. Now, the one notable change that I've seen over here, which we were looking for, is a uptick over here in the daily exchange volume, right? You can see ever so slightly turning back up. This is a good and healthy sign. While you have, of course, the reset over there in the fear and greed coming towards the downside. This should create enough momentum to get this moving back towards the upside, and it is looking good, right? Big breakouts over here in total cryptocurrency market cap, running up towards the upside over there. That is looking really, really strong, so we'll keep an eye out on that. Let's just quickly go through to the rest of our list over there to keep an eye out on what's happening with Total 2. Total 2 as well, very, very strong. So this is basically excluding Bitcoin. It's using ETH and the rest of the cryptos. Everything over here healthy, moving towards the upside, not yet making an all-time high, but approaching that pivot level, right? The pivot level is going to be that all-time high. When you break above this level, you should see an aggressive move onwards and upwards, right? You have pushed the Total 3 pushing right into that pivot point. As soon as you reclaim this level, expect rapid expansion. Let's double check on others already breaking out, looking super strong. Let's look at Total 3 measured up against Bitcoin. There it is. Break of structure, we showed the level. Now you're starting to really rip, right? Others also really starting to rip over here, and these things tend to go parabolic. Now what you want to do is in order to time where the next major bottom would be, what you can do is you can utilize your Fibonacci tool, and you can measure from the low of this move, and you can track it as price moves onwards and upwards. And what you want to do is you want to measure that 50% level, right? So as this goes higher and higher and higher, you're going to have to constantly adjust it. But whenever you do get a pullback, expect that 50% level, wherever that may come from, will be the most likely zone to hold. So maybe if you're lucky enough in the future, when we do get a pullback, whenever that may happen, you could be looking at a pullback into these previous resistance levels that would now be looking to flip into support over there. So do keep an eye out on that. I'll monitor that, and I'll give you an update, of course, as things unfold. Make sure you watch the show each and every single day. This is where we update you on the day-to-day moves of the market, right? We still have the Bitcoin dominance in free fall over here, but I do want to outline it is coming in towards mid-range of the previous range. So we're focusing on these two levels, right? If this is the range levels, I'm going to highlight it over here. If this is your range low and this is your range high, when price comes down into that midpoint over there, you can sometimes expect a bounce. So watch as Bitcoin dominance comes into there. If you do get a spike back up over there, that might be the period where you see Bitcoin in the very, very short term outperform the altcoins, which would create this dip in the others chart against BTC. That would create the high low, and then that's basically where you want to get in. So again, outlining on Bitcoin dominance, what would that look like? It would look like this, right? Hit that level, bounce up, set in the lower high over there, and this is where everybody and their mother will start to position into altcoins on that next lower high on Bitcoin dominance, and then you expect a rapid decline. Now, how long could it last, right? How long will the decline last? How long will altcoins pump for? Well, you can actually look to some of the data from the previous cycles, and if you specifically focus on this, let's just clean that up over there. If you specifically focus on this over here, what you'll notice is if you look at that 2016 period all the way through to, of course, the February period in 2016, you can see price held up for exactly 33 bars, right? It held up sideways for 33 bars. Following the 33 bars, you led to 19 bars where price dropped. You did the same thing over here in 2020, 33 bars of sideways price action for the Bitcoin dominance, followed by 19 bars of a collapse. We did exactly the same thing, 33 bars of sideways, and now this could be the start of the 19 bars collapsing towards the downside, which would actually lead altcoins to outperform Bitcoin for approximately until April, right? I have my reservations about why March may be a potential top, but we'll cover that closer to the time. So USDT is falling over here as well. That's another healthy sign. This is going to pump the bags. Now, which bags are they going to pump? Well, I believe that the biggest bags to pump will still be the meme coin sector, right? I've said this for a very, very long time. One of the first people ever to jump into the meme coin sector. And I think this is a really good firstly, Twitter name, which is Patience. Secondly, it's a great tweet over here. If you're a meme coin lover, now is probably the time to bid the lows and accumulate some of the potential strong coins, right? I'll give you those strong coins in today's show. But you need to have the expectation that we're going to be in the beginning of if we are in the beginning of a true altcoin season, then on-chain coins, right? The mid-cap, micro-cap coins tend to be the last ones to pump, because remember the flow of money, it tends to be Bitcoin first, then it's ETH or Solana, and then eventually ETH and Solana start to outperform Bitcoin, and then you start to move into the large caps, and then the mid caps, and then the low caps. So that's what he's talking about. Mid caps, low caps are the last to pump, but I have some large cap memes as well, which I think will do super, super well. And he says, but when they do catch their rotation, they go absolutely insane. Q1 2024, which was that period where we saw meme coins do very, very well from January into March. He said you'll probably see that, but on steroids, right? That type of volume, but on absolute steroids. And I 100% agree. So I actually did an entire write-up on this, right? If you do go through to the link in the description below, it'll take you through to the Whale Crypto Trades newsletter, which is where I write about some of the things that's covered in the show, right? Our writer writes about that. There it is, or let's just go through over here, down a little bit further. There it is. If you go through to the crypto newsletters, it's the top one over there, Whale Crypto Trades. Go and sign up to that. You get it for free. If you're already signed up, I already see some of you saying that you've downloaded the app, you've prepared yourself for what comes next. This is where most meme coin millionaires are made. It's going to be on this platform, right? Why? Because it's the fastest fingers first into the meme coin sector that tends to win, right? The difference between getting in 1 minute earlier versus 1 minute later could be the difference between a 10x and a 1000x profit. And I'm not even joking. That is 100% the case. Go and have a read through this over here. We showcase the reasoning why this platform will be so valuable. We'll talk about this platform in today's show. We'll actually take a trade on this platform as well. And the platform is, of course, over here, Dexcelerate, right? Dexcelerate. There is a link in the description below. Go through over there, pause the video, sign up, because we're actually going to be taking a trade on this live during the show. So if you do pause the video, it's linked below in the description. Go through, click that link, connect your Phantom wallet. Remember, it is entirely in your own custody, right? So they don't get the seed phrases of your wallet like many of the other platforms, for example, like BonkBot. They will essentially, you will adopt a wallet address from them, of which they theoretically have the seed phrases for. This, you have complete custody of your own coins. I'm going to show you how to use it as well. So Dexcelerate, use the link in the description below. When we get further down the show over here, if you pause the video, you can always fast forward. You can catch up, and we're going to be going through a trade over there. Something that I want to buy. It's sitting now at about $5 million market cap. Some of you know it, some of you don't. And then I'm going to talk about the actual blue chip meme coin. This is not the blue chip meme coin that we're going to trade over here, but we'll talk about the actual blue chip meme coin, which I look to allocate into in a big way. And I'm going to show you why I think it will do super, super well, right? So just very quickly looking at Bitcoin over here, a lot of the bears are going to be hyper focused on this CME futures gap, which is around this $77,000 to $80,000 region. I do want to let you know that if you go and study the CME gaps and you go look back in the past, now they fill a high probability of the time, but you have to understand that sometimes price could rally very, very, very far before you eventually fill those CME gaps, right? We've seen in the past where we have had CME gaps for, just off the top of my head, because I'm not on the futures chart right now, there was a CME gap that formed over here, and you can see what happened next, right? We went through this entire market over here before only coming back to fill that CME gap a couple of years later, once you've missed the entire bull run. So the only reason I'm outlining this to you is because, yes, they have a high probability to be filled, but I don't want you guys to miss out on the entire crypto run that's about to take place because you have hyper focus on the CME gap. There's actually a meme on Twitter where the person's in a psych ward, obviously talking to the doctor, and he asks, are the gaps in the room with you right now? Are the gaps in the room with you? That's essentially what will happen if you miss this entire run. So please, please study the information that's before us. And what the information suggests is that we are about to advance with a parabolic move. What Bitcoin likes to do right before these parabolic advancements is tease people in and out of positions, right? Create the fear that we're about to break down, right? Big red candle over here, wicks coming below, losing the moving averages. So it tends to edge over the cliff and then immediately come back up, edge over the cliff, immediately come back up. And usually that is a signal that you're about to move into a parabolic advancement, right? One coin that I'm heavily into and invested into right now, about half of my portfolio, is Solana. And you can see how scary that would have got at that point. We were outlining between 200 and 210 as a major area of support for Solana. And you can see front running and narrowly missing that level, immediately pushing back up and now closing back above that moving average. Same thing for Ethereum over here, looking like it's going to lose that and eventually come all the way back down to the $3,000 mark. But instead, peaks over the cliff and immediately jumps back up, reclaims, and so far things are looking pretty decent over there, right, for continuation. And you'll see that more so on the low time frames, which we'll get into a bit. So in terms of the pivot levels that I gave you on total 1, 2, 3 and the others charts as well, where I showcase that, once you start to peak over those major levels, you get this rapid acceleration, and that's where the parabolic phases begin. Well, relating that over here to Bitcoin, your pivot level is going to be situated at $98,382, that being the yellow line. If Bitcoin can close one single daily candle above that yellow line, if you want a better time frame perspective, go and look at the Monday candle high, right? If you can get back above Monday's high that was set over there with a closing candle, expect that there will be rapid acceleration. That will confirm our ascending triangle, which is still intact. I'll show you now. And then you're looking for a very quick move that could potentially go as high as $110,000, right? The main thing will be here that you need to clear and hold above this $100,000 level. So once you break it, I do believe you'll eventually come back to test it. So maybe that next push up over there, that could be the profit taking zone. We just need to see how it lines up timing wise, right? Leading into, the altcoin hype season and where we're at within that particular phase in the market. But at the end of the day, this looks very strong. It's looking very bullish to me, just to not, confuse you with strange terminology like a lot of YouTubers might. I say it as it is. It looks bullish, right? It looks bullish. It looks like this is the high low. It looks like if we take out that Monday high over here, you're going to get rapid acceleration and things are going to go up very quickly, of which altcoins will do even better, right? So that's what we're looking at. Price above the 9 and the 18 exponential moving average, despite the fact that we have a bear moon. We did speak about how the bear moon and bull moon is just a confluent factor that you can add into the mix with various other things that you're looking at when it comes to your trading and charting, right? It's not a primary measure. It's just supporting evidence. So the supporting evidence over here, we said would be in the best case that we would have a choppy ranging market for the let's say first week or two of December. We spoke about how during the first week of December, you tend to put in the major low for the month. And every single month, we covered that yesterday, every single month for the last 6 months has been marked by the monthly open coming down and then the month end immediately going back up, right? Monthly open coming down, month end immediately moving back up. And this time seems to be no different. So maybe, just maybe, that would have been the month low over there. And we do see price continuation moving up. I do think there'll be back tests into these regions. But that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for over there. And part of the reason why is we did speak about the overhead liquidity and the potential for the short squeeze. Remember, we're looking at over here yesterday, the short to long ratio, much more shorts than longs. Right now, it's the same thing. It's not much more. This is close to parity, almost 50-50. But when you see it skewed more on the short side, in a trending bull market, usually that means those people are going to get squeezed, and you can see the liquidity building over here. There's also liquidity below, so we'll see which one gets taken first, right? At the end of the day, the candlesticks and the chart patterns are the most important thing to me, or let's not say the chart patterns, but the price action trading. We use very accurate chart patterns like the ascending and descending triangle. Those are the most reliable chart patterns that you can use in trading to support our bias, right? And so far, it is holding up true. It got a little bit scary on this candle over here, but as you can see, the candle still closed back inside of the triangle, and therefore this is very valid. We've given the most amount of touch points possible, and basically if you take out Monday's high, which is going to be around that $97,000-$98,000 level, immediately you can expect that it increases the probability drastically that you're going to break out over here and you're going to head to about $110,000. So just looking simply at the trajectory, maybe you do something like that, come back down, but leading into Friday, possibly Saturday, you could see something like that break out of the trading range. And that's where the 100K game is on, right? Take the 100K mark. Did you gain a level or lose a level? I often used to talk about this when the market was ranging. It's still relevant in a trending market. That is the question you often have to ask yourself is, was a level just gained or was a level just lost, right? So if you can successfully gain this level over here, that is going to be incredibly bullish, right? If you see something like that and you can gain that level with acceptance above it, bullish, much higher prices, and everything is going to be looking good, right? Okay, so Bitcoin, we've laid the foundation. We've said that's what our expectation is. ETH BTC, we're still expecting this to break out. Now, this ties a little bit in with some of the blue chip memes that I'm going to be looking to get into. We already have a lot of positions established. You guys know it. We have like Fog, Mog, Brett, Popcat, Giga Chad. There's a whole bunch of different coins. And ultimately, we expect these will do very, very well. And some of them have recently done very, very well. Now, if you want to buy Ethereum because you think Ethereum is going to do better than Bitcoin, well, you may as well look towards the large cap meme coins on ETH, because those will do even better than Ethereum. So what are the coins that we're going to be looking at? Well, we already have MOG in the portfolio, right? So it's not MOG. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but yesterday we had Coinbase listing MOG, right? So basically they said they're going to be listing MOG. And if you go through to this tweet, what I find interesting about this is he says over here from Lego Makers, there's a precedent for Coinbase announcing a listing before Binance. Bonk was listed on Coinbase almost exactly 1 year ago. And then a day later, Binance followed, obviously listing Bonk the very, very next day, right? If history repeats itself, we should expect Binance to list Mooding. But if Binance is going to list Mooding and Coinbase essentially sets as precedent, well, then maybe Binance is also going to list MOG, right? And therefore, maybe it's not too late to get into MOG. I already have the position. You guys know it. I sold all of my Ethereum into MOG as a higher beta play, a leverage bet. That was the one thing that I was looking at. You guys know that we also have Brett, which has done phenomenally well. And then I'm going to give you the next one in just a moment. Stay tuned. Smash the like button if you do want the next coin that I'm looking at. We already have Brett. Yes, I see Pokey Bros is saying Brett. We already have Brett. We already have Brett in the portfolio, almost 10% of the total portfolio now, because it's had such a massive pump, right? And we hope to see the same thing coming from MOG, plus the new coin that I'm going to be adding in, right? One that I haven't added with size yet in this cycle, but I'm looking to do so. So I know you guys are on the edge of your seats and you want the coin. Smash the like button, guys. It helps to get the show content out there, and I'll give it to you in just a moment, right? I wanted to outline this as well, just in grayscale files for a Solana ETF, right, with the New York Stock Exchange. This is one of the reasons why I opted to go more sizably from my Bitcoin into Solana as opposed to into Ethereum. Despite Ethereum being, pretty high risk to reward trade over there, I just think that there's more hype that can develop around Solana. There's more things that could come up in the future, which has already been implemented, on Ethereum in terms of having the spot ETF approval. So if this comes for Solana, this will be absolutely massive. I think Solana is, even at current prices, pretty undervalued, right? So we have to look at Solana. And if we have to look at Solana, one of the best places to be dabbling, in the markets is going to be using, of course, this Dexcelerate trading Solana meme coin. So stay till the end. I'm going to give you the meme coin that we're going to be looking at over there, and I'm going to show you how to use this platform. But again, just looking at Solana now on the weekly time frame over here, this is looking really strong. Especially the way this weekly candle is developing. If you can start to get back above 250 over here, this is really going to look like an order block that's just basically a little pause before rapid acceleration higher. And I think that Solana to $600 is very likely within this particular cycle. So we'll look to some of the Solana meme coins. That's part of what we need to look at. Here's your Solana on the daily chart as well, just to showcase to you. Again, reclaiming above that 250, 260, of course, breaks you out into price discovery. So the question is, you let me know in the comments, what should we do first? Should we do the Dexcelerate trade now, or should you get the blue chip at least trade now? Which one do you want, the blue chip or the Dexcelerate? You let me know in the comments. I'm going to have a look over there. Guys, start writing in the comments, and then we'll go into that. What the trade could be. Okay, some of you say Dex, MOG not on Coinbase yet. Yes, not yet, but they're going to list it. Dex. Okay, a lot of you seem to want Dexcelerate, right? So Dexcelerate. Some of you want the blue chip. Some of you want Dexcelerate. Let's go through Dexcelerate first, right? Dexcelerate, and then I'm going to give you the blue chip, and then we'll do some altcoin requests as well if there is anything else that you guys want to have a look at. So since you have your accounts open already, I know a lot of you already have downloaded it. Here it is. This is how it's essentially going to work. Remember, there is a link in the description below. Go and use that exact link, right? Ultimately, I've been testing out the platform, playing around with it over here. This will be one of the first trades that I've taken. I've just been familiarizing myself around it with this article that we wrote up over here for you guys. So if you want the step-by-step guide, this is going to be listed in the article. Let's go back to the top over here. Use the link so you don't get scammed, right? I wouldn't Google it because at the end of the day, you're connecting your wallet. I can say with absolute certainty that this link is the right link over here that will take you through to this page. So this is how it works, right? I'm doing this live for the first time, so we'll work through it together. Basically, once you click that link, it's going to take you to this page. Then you should have a 𝗲𝗡 wallet already over there. So there it is. I created a 𝗲𝗡 wallet, Dexcelerate. I've put in a little bit of money over there, like $260 for this particular trade. And we click wallet. Okay, here it says, it comes up over here. I've already connected the wallet, but what you have to do is you have to do something that's called creating a slot, right? I think the reason why you have to create the slot is because you're not adopting their wallet with their seed phrases, but essentially you're kind of minting a smart contract, right? You're minting a smart contract using your own wallet and your own seed phrases so that you remain in control. That's the beauty of this platform. I would say, despite the fact that it's one of the quickest platforms out there that has a bunch of social factors that tie in where you can follow other traders and things like that, despite its centralized exchange like tool set where you can, set TP, stop losses, etc., and buy the dip zones. The biggest benefit, at least to me, is the fact that I can control my own funds and there's no chance of getting drained, right? So you create the wallet, right? Let's do that right now. First time I'm doing this, let's see. It does use a very, very small amount of Solana. The reason why is that is to approve the smart contract address. Just like when you're on MetaMask and you have to send something, any transaction that you do, okay, there we go, slot was created. Any transaction that you do over there will require that that you approve the transaction, right? It uses a little bit of gas fees. It's very, very minimal. I think it was like 0.0005. As you saw, it didn't even use, not even like a few cents over there, and the slot is created. Now, once you've created the slot, I believe you have to deposit into this slot. Okay, that's withdraw funds, so it's not that one. It should be this one, deposit funds. Now you determine from your own wallet, which you'll have to approve from, how many funds do you want to deposit in, right? So I want to deposit Solana. I'm going to do the majority of the Solana. I'll do like, let's say $225 from this wallet because I still want to leave like $25 in the 𝗲𝗡 wallet just for gas fees, right? So confirm. Okay, that comes over here. You confirm the transaction. Let's see, this is now depositing into the slot. Okay. Now that it's deposited into the slot, I believe we're right and ready to trade. So we're going to trade from the slot. Now, one of the coins, of course, that you guys know I'm bullish on. I'm not here to show the coin. You guys don't need to buy this. I don't mind accumulating more. So I'm personally going to buy this over here. And it is, of course, going to be Goku, right? Goku. So I'm going to copy the contract address over there. And basically, you go here to buy. You must specify an input or amount. Okay, wait, we're in the wrong section. We go to search over here. Then we go to Solana or all chains. It should pick it up anyway. Copy that in, Goku, paste it over there. So there it is, 𝗲𝗡 into Goku. You should be able to predetermine as well how much each buy should be. Okay, in this instance, I'm not going to do that. I'm simply just going to go and buy. How much should we buy over here? Let's just go with 0.1. Let's go with 0.5 SOL. Let's go with 0.5 SOL. Buy, and that's it. It's already done, right? So it's very, very quick. It's very seamless. It goes beyond this, right? It goes beyond this. You can do much more than that. Remember, you can go to some of the previous guys that have made top calls, and you can basically follow them. So you can go and see what are people buying. You can set orders where you set the filters and you only buy into things that are above a $10 million market cap if you want to reduce the chances of getting rugged. Or you can buy things that are just launching and say that you only wanted to execute the trade if it's a meme coin that's between $1,000 and $10,000 market cap. That means that high probability of a rug, but if it's something legit that's just launched, you could put $2, $3, $4 into a meme coin that's only between a $1,000 and a $5,000 market cap. And, if that thing has traction, that's the stories that you hear where people turn, like $30 into $30 million, right? That's essentially the way that it works. So we'll play around with it a little bit more. You can connect your Telegram over here as well if you want to. There's various different lists that you can create, as mentioned, with all the different filters that you can put on. So terminals, scanner, here's the scanner with all the various filters, right? You can filter by volume. So for example, let's say like if you want something that is very, very low market cap, let's see how we can do that over here. So age, this is anything that's new, right? I want something that's only been around for the last, let's say, hour. this is going to bring these super, super low cap coins, right? Let's see, contract renounced. What else do we have over here? Volume. I want something that's still low volume. This is going to be true degen stuff, right? And then you can go and you can find these things, right? You can find these different coins that are just launching. Or, of course, you can do the alternative and you can say that, you know, you only want things that are super legit, high volume, more than $1 million worth of volume, like Lambo, right? Lambo, these are, then you're going to look at the chart. You know, these are things that have been around for longer periods of time. What is this? Chainsaw. This one over here, SAFU. So that's it. Okay, cool. Let's get into the blue chip meme, right? So that's Dexcelerate. Use it, don't use it. I believe fastest fingers first wins, and the parameters that they allow you to manipulate and play with over here to your own liking. You can basically tune it like an engine, right? So that it works for you. There's a lot of opportunity in here. We'll play around with it a little bit more. It's the first time that I've used it on air, so we'll get into that a bit more. Now, what is the next coin that I'm looking at? The next coin that I'm looking at, we have already the blue chips. We have RET, we have MOG, we have Popcat, Giga, Chad, Fog. These are some of the blue chips that I have, but I feel I don't have enough exposure to ETH, right? A lot of my exposure is dependent, of course, on Solana and Solana doing well. If Solana does well, my Solana meme coins will absolutely fly. But if Solana, you know, just holds sideways, what am I going to do? Then I have to look to ETH to at least hedge. And the higher beta play that I've personally chosen, and I haven't bought into it yet, guys. I need to still unlock a bit more liquidity, and then I'll start to get into it with size. But you know, something that most of you have come to know over time, the best performers, before I click on it, I just want to tell you, the best performers in the beginning part of the cycle tend to be the best performers for the rest of the cycle. I just want to make that clear, right? The best performers in the beginning tend to be the best performers for the rest of the cycle. And he has an opportunity to get into this while it's down. It's 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬, right? Keeping it simple. 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬 over here. That is it. Broken out. You know, got all the big listings over there, came back down into major support. I see it's listed, I think, on Robinhood as well. So it's got all the mainstream places where it's been listed. And, you know, despite this having already run a lot, you know, if you look from the lows over there, this is already 1,500% up. You know, I do believe that this thing can go up another 5,000% within this bull run. These things do insane in gains. That's under the assumption that we get, you know, a run like we saw back in 2021. So let's quickly have a look over here. What is the current market cap of 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬 anyway, just out of interest sake? Okay, so 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕, here it is. Let's click on 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕. 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 ranked 28th, right? 28th on coin market cap. Of course, up massively since its launch, 15% below all-time high. And the here you go, the FDV, fully diluted valuation, $8.7 billion. You know, I think that this thing could run to easily $100 billion. So if you are looking for a relatively easy 10x, I think this could be it, right? I think this could be it. Circulating supply and total supply is the same. All coins have been unlocked. This will be one coin that I'm looking to go into with size. And this is simply just to diversify because we already have a lot of risk on the table, right? So that's it. Let's go into some of the chart requests. What else do you guys want to have a look at? We'll pull out a couple of the coins. Smash the like button. Let me know which coins you want to specifically look at, and I'll make sure to pull those up. I'll start off over here with 𝗲𝗡, right? 𝗲𝗡 has done relatively well. Let's see, is it still holding up? Okay, a little bit of a pullback over here. Still looking strong, though. I am expecting that 𝗲𝗡 is going to trade all the way back to $50, maybe put in a bit of a pause or consolidation over there, and then continue to run. So 𝗲𝗡, a strong contender for the cycle as well. That's an almost 100% move just to that level. New all-time highs will take this up about another 234%. Okay, what else? What else, guys? I see you guys say 𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well. We should have a look at 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Let's have a look at 𝗏𝗏𝗏. I haven't actually done this chart yet, but I know 𝗏𝗏𝗏 has done pretty well. We'll look at the one on MEXC over here. So there it is. Okay, there's not enough history, though. I don't have enough history on 𝗏𝗏𝗏 over here to really chart this. But yeah, rounded bottom. I mean, what else can I say over there? Okay, Rune. Yeah, let's have a look at Rune. Okay, Rune USDT. Where did Rune go? There it is. Rune on the top. All right, so Rune, very, very strong candle that came in over here on the 2nd of December. Powerful, obviously sending price up. You know, I really want to see it start to hold above this region over here, anywhere between about 7.32 and about $8. If it can start to reclaim and hold above $8, I think it will expand very, very quickly from that point. So that is for Rune. Let's look at Pyth. I don't know how Pyth has done. I haven't looked at it for quite a while. Of course, Pyth is essentially the chain link of Solana, right? So there we go, reclaiming this key level. That's a good sign. It's holding multiple candles above here. You know, you trade at level to level. That opens up the next major resistance is going to be 70 cents. And if it can break above that, you're targeting pretty much near all-time highs at about $1, right? Okay, what else? Rollbit. Yeah, we can have a look at Rollbit. I think that's what you asked for, Rollbit. Rollbit, let's just see. Okay, RLB, Rollbit. We do have a position in Rollbit. Strong, right? We spoke about it when it broke this downsloping trend line over here. Big push up, you're hitting TP1, but based on the posturing of these candles and the way this is forming over here, I would believe that this is probably going to rapidly increase up to about 16.7, right? So 0.167 from here to here, you know, you're looking at about another 16% move. That's your next resistance. And then you can reevaluate, maybe a small pullback from that level. And then the next high low should push up to 19, right? Okay, Myro. Yeah, let's have a look at Myro. I do also have a position on Myro, but again, this gives me a lot of exposure to Solana. Let's just do that again. Why is this getting slow lately? Okay, Myro. I feel like I'll find it quick on the side over here. Jeepers, what is going on? Okay, 1 second, guys. Let me just find Myro. I don't know. The trading view maybe needs to be reset over here. Memes. Where's our memes? Let's see. Here we go. Myro. Do you guys see Myro? Apologies, guys, to scroll through like this. It's annoying. Okay, there we go. Myro is still looking good. High highs, high lows. You know, this is still the expected trajectory, right? You're going to trade all the way back to the top side. Just pretty much hold on. If you're in this position over here, you've basically bought the next major high low. Anywhere in this zone over here is the next high low. And I do expect it's going to be choppy, but eventually you're going to trade all the way up to about 43 cents over there on Myro. We can also have a look at Ponky. I see there was a question for Ponky. Let's look at Bonk first as well. Okay, Bonk's still holding up over there. How's Brett doing? Brett's up again. So Brett breaking above this key level over here. I do expect expansion up to 29 cents over there. And then Ponky was the question. Okay, Ponky, this is the level I want to see it reclaim immediately. This needs to be the high low. Yesterday's candle that came down over here. The point is it's still closing on higher lows. On a closing basis, this candle's closed higher than these. So immediately in the next couple of days, if Bitcoin breaks out that ascending triangle, I want to see Ponky trade up to about 60 cents. Holding above 60 cents opens up the breakout again, which will take this to about $1 over there. So that is for Ponky. Popcats, I see there's a question on Popcat. Similar, Popcat needs to find support over here. It needs to start to bounce. I think that maybe that was it, right? If Bitcoin breaks out the ascending triangle and Solana gets going, chances are that this was the major low over here, and you're going to start to see, you know, that V bottom form over here. So something like this, you'll start to see that clear high low form over here, and then I expect Popcat also to trade all the way up into new all-time highs. All right, how's SPX doing? Okay, also finding a bit of support over there. What else, guys? Ondo, yeah, let's have a look at Ondo, real world asset sector. Let's quickly find that over there. So Mantra down a bit, Ondo continuing at strength, right? Still up, continuing at strength over there. Let me just see something quickly before we do continue. Okay, it is reaching. It's really reaching over here on the momentum oscillators, but these trending moves, the oscillators can remain overbought for long periods of time. Okay, Doge, we can have a look at Doge. Of course, Doge being one of the main coins out there, we do need to look at it in terms of the meme coin sector, and it's still bullish, right? Very, very bullish, huge pump up. It's consolidating over here. This is similar to when we identified that Bitcoin was going to break out, and we said, you know, following a big move, Bitcoin does the sideways consolidation with kind of like, it's almost like a bull flag, but it's upsloping, whereas normally the bull flags are either sideways or they come slightly down like that, right? This is very, very bullish. I would say Doge is probably going to explode up one more time. So I think memes are still where it's at, right? I think that a lot of people are fading the memes. I think there's huge opportunity over there. Let's look at WIF. There was a question around WIF as well. WIF is going to be a leverage bet on Solana. Let's just search it over here. WIF USDT. Okay, I don't have a huge WIF position, but that's the level, right? This is where you want to see support found on WIF. You know, if you were thinking of buying Solana, but you want bigger upside potential, which of course always comes with more risk, you could just buy WIF, right? It comes with more risk, but it will have much higher upside potential without taking on leverage. You can look to something like WIF, right? So we still have all the trades open over here. I haven't closed anything. Tune in every day, by the way, guys. I'll let you know if I do change any of these. So far, we have 6 on this account, 10 on this account, so 16 trades. Only 1 is in a loss, and that's Turbo. And I think Turbo will very quickly reverse this when we see the rest of the memes run. I do want to remind you guys that you can join into Whale School. This is basically your last opportunity. You have exactly 4 hours left to join. If you are watching this video a little bit later, you can always try join. I don't know if they'll let you in, but you can learn how to trade like a whale in just 10 days. We're going to be doing 2 workshops a week for 2 weeks in a row to take you through all the relevant course content. Remember, the workshops have additional information when you do come to those workshops. So do make sure that you join there. And then honestly, the most important thing is prep your account, right, with this Dexcelerate, because this is where we're going to make the most money. This is where all the 1000x gains come from, much more so than what you're going to make 1000x gains from leverage trading. That's very unlikely, or even 100x gains. You have much more chance doing it over here, spot trading. Spot meaning you're just buying the underlying asset without any perpetual contracts or leverage involved in the meme coin sector. So use the link below. Everything is there for you. Let's leave it at that. There is also the Whale Crypto Trades newsletter explaining Dexcelerate to you. Use the link below, sign up, and I'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow. Hope you have a lovely day, and cheers for now.